Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone survived Christmas. It is the Monday, 27th December episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. Let me go and get everything synced in here together real quick so I can read the chat. Booyah, there I is. Give a little love up for myself. Good morning, Rusty. Good morning, JC. Good to see y'all here this morning. Hope you guys are doing good. I think I'm pretty much swollen like a tick. And share it out. I kick back and chat. Man, I'll tell you what. I hope everybody exited the weekend as full as I did. My God. Morning, Ty. Morning, Stephen. I did. I seriously Saturday and yesterday both like a big bloated tick. Of course, my buddy Mike brought over smoked pork butt. We had the ham, green beans, green bean casserole, homemade macaroni and cheese, rolls, homemade mashed taters. Um, wow. That's all I can say is wow. It's so warm here, foggy in the morning. Yeah, it was real bad foggy the other morning here. It was upwards of 40, 42 or 43 degrees when I got up. So 10 degrees higher, almost 20 degrees higher uh, based on some days. Um, Today, it's hovering right above freezing and raining. Been raining all night long. We actually had thunder and lightning earlier, which is very unusual around these parts in the wintertime. But yeah, raining all night long. We were supposed to get snow yesterday evening, and it come down as rain. It was exactly 32 degrees, and it was coming down as rain. And overnight, we went up like 2 degrees and just rained and rained and rained. I feel like I'm living in England. 55, high 75. 2 days after Christmas, those aren't bad temperatures. Wintry mix of rain and snow today. Bengals won the game yesterday. Cool, cool, cool. So, Stephen, did you get everything that you wanted for Christmas? 29 here, high later. Hope it was so warm I cooked it out. Already baked the chicken, made homemade chicken noodle soup. Oh my God, it was good. I think we're tired of doing leftovers as leftovers. So tonight it's going to be ham and eggs. I might even patty up some tater cakes out of those mashed taters and fry them up in some butter. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you this morning. I hope everybody got what they asked for Christmas. I hope Santa Claus was not a big poop for y'all this year, and you guys all got some really cool things for Christmas. The wife actually surprised me on a couple of things and opens a whole new branch of exploration for the channel. So we'll see what happens this spring. Good morning, Danny. Good to see you. Surprised I even got presents. 25 bucks from kids' mom, dad and stepmom, and no kids' mom. Got a wireless microphone. Well, that's always cool. You're one step ahead of me. I'm still using the old wired ones. 6-inch cordless circular saw. The gift that keeps on giving. Yes. Yes, I did, Rusty. Little JC didn't get you anything for Christmas, JC? Nope. The wife actually listened and got me a metal detector. So it's one of them there National Geographics uh, digital detectors. So that opens me up to finally being able to get out to some of these original homesteads in the county and do a little metal detecting of some of the founding homesteads here. I did ask the so you know what I got. I did ask the youngest to get the saw. I've been wanting a metal detector for years. Um, yeah, the plate in my head stopped working. It got too magnetized. Uh, always wearing my headphones and stuff. And whenever I tried to use the dowsing rods, they spun like helicopter props. So she finally decided, there was just too much magnetism there. So she would go ahead and just break down and get me that metal detector I've been asking for like 5 years. Yeah, much love. A couple of metal detectors. I hate the holes in the yard. Well, when I detect, Tony, I dig the holes just like we do our fire pits at events. I go completely around the perimeter of the hole and pull the whole cork out. So when I'm done, I just slip it right back in where it matches up again, and it doesn't leave all those nasty dirt blemishes all over your yard. I hate looking at a pretty pasture or something like that where we've held an event and there's just a bunch of turned dirt in spaces 2 foot long and a foot wide. Um, even when I dig my fire pits, I go around the full perimeter of the fire pit, then I cut down the center lengthwise, flip one cork out one way and one cork out the other, and that's my fire pit. Then when I'm done, all I got to do is flip them right back in on top and stomp them down. And this is says, but it never works. Good morning, Santee. Dealer Diamond from Wallmaker. Yep, I figured Christmas was over with. It was time to get back to the old nitty gritty. Sat down yesterday and done that video out of Minnesota. Really amazed. Hardly got any views, and it's a good old unsolved murder mystery. But it's a legend out of the Midwest, out of Minnesota. Oh well, we are back to doing history and mystery again. Good morning, country girl. Good to see your beautiful smile this morning. How dare I? I did the display thing. I know how to fix a fire pit. Bottle of Knob Creek, Jack Daniels, apple pie, 2 bottles, oil overhaul. Once again, the gift that keeps on giving. Good morning, Candy. Good to see you this morning. What's on the agenda this week? You know, I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I know next week or this coming weekend, I'm going to do a very long evening stream on Friday night, and probably a 8-hour. Started at 7 o'clock and 2 o'clock, something like that, in the morning. Couple of history videos. Now this month or this coming month, we're going to be busting like crazy. We have got an investigation in South Haven, Michigan, at a hotel. We will have the entire hotel to ourselves. And then the next weekend, the Masonic Lodge in Paw Paw, Michigan. Plus, on the 21st of this month or next month, we have got a demonologist coming on to talk about some of the things that he has encountered at investigations and historic sites, things like that. So that should be real interesting. Drew, can I ask you for your brotherly advice? And yeah, as soon as this is over, man, give me a holler. Morning, what? Good to see you. Why, thank you. I try to be a handsome devil. You know, I have to compete with a lot of the people in here, so it's not always that easy to be pretty. You know, I got you and Rusty and Tyler, Santee and Tony. It's not easy to be pretty. Let's see. I don't know what to say, JC. I mean, there for the longest time when I didn't have anybody going out and getting me presents on the holidays, I went out and shopped for myself. I went out and got what I wanted. I didn't have to worry about dropping hints. Didn't have to worry about it, talking about it for 2 or 3 months beforehand. I just went out and got what I wanted. I gave myself my own Merry Christmas for about 5 straight years. Gave myself my own birthdays, gave myself my own New Year's parties, gave myself my own Thanksgiving feasts. Yeah, exactly. Shopping for yourself is how you get the stuff you really want. Exactly. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. I've got to wait for the bearded fat dude. I mean, it's always nice. It's always nice to get presents and stuff like that. It really, honestly is. But when nobody takes your wants or needs into consideration, and you've only got yourself and a child or a couple kids or something like that, go out and give yourself a Merry Christmas. Um, Looked like you and Rita had fun um, in that photo you posted, Santee, taking that woman out to a fine eatery. Good idea. All right, Santee. Sounds good. I'd ask you one here, but I don't think everyone here would agree with the topic. I prefer that my kids get me nothing, spend the money on the grandbabies. That's always nice. Get them when they're young. Keep that magic alive. Keep them believing in old Saint Nick. I wish I was closer to my grandbabies. We would have had a decent Christmas. Would have been a lot tighter on everyone. I mean, my daughter had a good Christmas, with the donations and stuff from last week and everything. I was able to give my daughter a Christmas. My wife's birthday's coming up in days 27, 28, 19 days. Um, so who knows? You know, I plan on giving her a decent birthday if things work out. We'll just see. I've not been able to give her a birthday. Last year was the first year I've really been able to give her a birthday since the diabetes and everything, since the docs had me off work. Um, so we'll just see what happens. I'm trying to talk her into using one of her free nights at the casino down in Michigan City. She gets these free nights at the hotel every month. She gets this pamphlet that comes in the mail, and they give, like, free meals and free hotel stays and stuff like that. So I'm trying to talk her into using one of those and just going down to the big fancy hotel and getting a room and staying down there, just kicking back and relaxing in our jammies, watching some TV and stuff, maybe play a game or two. Um, who knows? Let me see. by now. Christmas in the woods. I was going to ask you about that, Tony. I was actually going to ask you about that. Hey, Shane. Good to see you, bud. Good morning to you. How was your weekend down there at the new homestead? Good morning, fishing. Good to see you, bud. Hope you and your family had a Merry Christmas. Good. Christmas Eve, I was at church for 11 p.m. service. 43 folks attended. Sang outside at midnight. The church had the new sound system installed on the 22nd, 23rd. Very cool. I used to date a Catholic girl, and midnight mass was always one of my favorite things. Um, Not just because it was so beautiful and everything, but I loved the fact that most of the service was in Old Latin, and it was always fun. It was always really pretty. I always enjoyed it. Sadly enough, I didn't have the channel at that time because you've never seen a really pretty church service until you've been to a midnight mass on Christmas Eve. It's just so pretty. I had a sugar crash. It was kind of crap for me, but still I enjoyed most of it. Oh, never good. Never good. That's okay. My sugar got a little high this weekend, um, as it always does on the holidays. I felt kind of tired and lethargic a little bit, but I lumped my way through it and had a good time. Catch one on the trail cam. Back in the hotel by 3 p.m. Wow. $18.53. Yeah, I would really like to, I would love to see that church. Um, with the original portion of it being that old, I think that'd be really kind of cool. That video that I put up yesterday, um, that the Darling Church there in Little Falls, Minnesota, that burnt down was a Lutheran church. Um, that's still mysterious circumstances. I think it burnt down in the late 70s, early 80s. No clue who burned it down, why it was burnt down, nothing. We had the granddaughter out there, so the dark bit was yeah. Brooklyn, good morning. Good to see you this morning. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Original windows. Now, in in 1853, were they still using sand glass, or I mean, does it have those waves and the fogginess in portions of the glass and stuff like that, or did they actually flip the bill for like the really nice clear glass? You know, that new wave invention in the 1850s. Coffee time. Oh, honey, 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 honey. I got the coffee. I got the coffee. Morning, Mark. Good to see you, bud. Oh, stained glass. Okay. Yeah, and I've noticed that in a lot of our old forts and stuff like that, they were still using that rough melt sand glass. So your clear glass had a lot of waves and bubbles and um, fogginess in spots. And long about the early to mid part of the 1800s is when they really started mastering the clear glass. And a lot of your older buildings built mid Civil War to right before the Civil War started um, still have that sand glass. I mean, it's beautiful. When I do the events at Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the old fort, it still has all the original sand glass in it. So there are no clear windows there. They've all got the waves and stuff in them. I just love that about that place, because I always call ahead and get the officers' quarters reserved a few weeks before the event. So I've got the stone fireplace to cook on, keep my coffee warm in if it's cool. Get a fire roaring all night long in there. You're sleeping on the old rope beds with the goose down mattresses on them. Wonderful, wonderful place to go to. Maysville, Liberty. Day after, hit up on the reenactment store. Cool, cool. Love those distorted windows. Reminds me of the acid trips in Texas. So when are you going to be heading back down to the Jesus was a hippie? I glanced back over here and it caught my eye right there. Jesus was a hippie. Wish payday was tomorrow instead of the 31st. Get a head start on the kids' mini vacation. Oh, Rusty's kicking in today in history already, y'all. 1845, ether first used in childbirth in the U.S. and Jefferson, Georgia. 1850, Hawaiian Fire Department established. I'll be damned. When you gonna be heading back down to the homestead again, Tony? 1862, Battle of Chickasaw Bluffs, Mississippi. Chickasaw Bayou. 1862, Battle of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Oh, okay. Wednesday or Thursday? Maybe heading back to the site. Man, I'll tell you what, if I had a place like that, I don't think I'd ever want to leave it. Get me a nice all-weather tent, a little buddy heater, send the family home, pop up my tent when they were all gone, and crawl my happy butt into a sleeping bag, and I'd be in heaven. 1892, foundation stone of Cathedral of St. John laid in New York City. I have a delivery that I have to be here for, so I'm not sure yet. Watched history on different religions weekend, all weekend. Wow. Very interesting. 1903, Sweet Adeline, a barbershop quartet favorite, is first sung. Very cool. So, fishing, since you spent the whole weekend watching the history of different religions, have you figured out which one is the original religion yet? Because I sure haven't. You go and talk to a Catholic priest, they'll tell you that Catholicism is the original religion. You go talk to a Baptist minister, they'll tell you it was the original. You go talk to a Jewish rabbi, they'll tell you it was the original. I just quit asking. 1906, first annual meeting of American Sociological Society, Providence, Rhode Island. Kids decided on Michigan for mini vacation. Well, don't forget, we have that little motel just, 15 minutes from the house. 20 minutes from 15 minutes, I think, that we stayed at the night we got married before we left for Chicago. And it's a cool little place. Rooms are big and spacious and everything, plenty of room for them to run around and go absolutely nuts. And well within a short drive. Good morning, Marco. Hope you're doing good this morning, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you guys had a nice Christmas. 1950, U.S. iron and steel workers begin 3-week strike in Ohio for an 8-hour day. They are successful as the U.S. needs steel for armaments. Paganism was likely the first. Well, yeah, paganism was definitely by far. 1924, the U.S. signs a treaty with the Dominican Republic, which supersedes that of 1907. In July, the U.S. had withdrawn its Marines and ended its occupation. You may have to send me the name of that motel. Not a problem. 1926, Depot Square in Bronx renamed Botanical Square. Very good. Good. Ours was great. We had our little get together Saturday and ate. Had God, who all stopped by? Wife's son came by. My friend Mike and his wife came over and had dinner with us, which they don't have anybody really close by. Um, we're only not even a block away from each other. So they came by, and everybody had a good Christmas. Everybody had a good Christmas. They all believe in God. Oh, I figure out war over religion. Oh my God, way too many wars in the name of religious beliefs. Way too many. History is splattered, pardon the pun, with the blood of people fighting for their religious beliefs. 1926, Lincoln Square in Bronx, named for first U.S. Jewish soldier to die in World War I. 1927, Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein. Its Showboat premieres in New York City. Be really nice to see you. Yeah, it will. It will. Be good to see you and the girls, man. Been too long since you and I've had a chance to hang out and drink a beer together. Yeah, it wasn't a full house, but you know, it was comfortable. Um, just everybody hanging out, eating and laughing, having fun, and it was good. It was fun. 1932, Radio City Music Hall opens in New York City. 1934, first youth hostel in the U.S. opens, Northfield, Massachusetts. Yeah, the Minions, my little fans. 1937, Mae West performs Adam and Eve skit that gets her banned from NBC Radio. You think she had a hard time on the radio? You should have heard what people said about her the first time she appeared on TV. 1939, first American ski-mobiles, North Conway, New Hampshire. That's the spirit of Christmas. That's exactly what it is. It's not the gifts you get. It's not. It's not the only thing Christmas should be about is, you know, receiving that companionship, that friendship, that togetherness. Um, Kids don't understand that. Um, it's really kind of sad, but I enjoy the look on my daughter's face when I'm able to get her something that I know she's really gonna like. And you know, other than that, you're right. For us adults, it's more about that togetherness, that sharing each other's time and having a good holiday together. And we by far did. Actually, my almost 6-year-old was to spend her birthday in Michigan. I don't know. Once she gets up here and has a chance to hang out with me, she may not want to come back as bad. So, oh, it's howdy doody time. It's howdy doody time. 1947, first Howdy Doody show, Puppet Playhouse, telecast on NBC. What did I get for Christmas? I got a brand new pair of pajama pants, little flannel pajama pants, mind you. Got me a real nice flannel robe, and the wife actually broke down and finally got me a metal detector. only the metal detector. So I mean, I got to go out and I got to get the I got to buy the wand myself, and the little strainer pans and stuff. But it's a good start. I mean, she found one at a price that she was comfortable with. So hopefully this spring we'll be able to start hitting some of those. We'll start hitting some of those old homestead sites here in the county that I've got on the map. See if we can find some old treasures from the 18th and early 19th century. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let's go. My daughter was little. It's weird being off work and not having to drive somewhere. Yeah, I could imagine. In January the 7th, be specific, my oldest turned 6. Huh. Cool. Cool. TV show for 1964. The Supremes first appear on the Ed Sullivan Show singing Come See About Me. Cool. Welcome back, Candy. There is Peter North again. Good to see you, man. It's been a long time since you popped in. (1968) Apollo 8 returns to Earth. (1970) Hello, Dolly closes at St. James Theater, New York City, after 2,844 performances. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try to keep them interesting, but you know, I ain't the most interesting fellow around, just sitting here in front of a board. But you know, apparently I was doing something right, which is why we have a new channel, because somebody out there didn't like my growth. Somebody out there got awful pissy and jealous, and well, got us pulled down. But you know, I believe in letting bygones be bygones. Now we're just going to start growing again, get the channel remonetized so I got an income coming in again, and keep the really cool stuff flowing. 1974, Dear Abby show ends run on CBS radio after 11 years. Wow. I dozed off reading the column. I can't imagine what it was like listening to it. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate that. It's good having so many of our original people here. We've got some new ones, and you know, we're going up 1 or 2 subscribers or 3 subscribers every day. Like I've said so many times, it's all about sharing out the videos on all the social media. It's about the donations. It's about people talking to their friends and stuff. It's a compilation of everything that blows the channel up. And the only reason I put the donation thing in there is because the donations help me to get the things I need to make better videos. I want to get to that point where I can start to travel, where I can hop on a bus or hop on a plane and go somewhere and investigate different areas, do videos live in different areas. That's my dream, and it's still my dream. Let me see. Yeah, tweeted, shared your stream out. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate that, sweetie. 1983 propane gas fire devastated 16 blocks in Buffalo. Well, at least it didn't devastate 16 blocks of Buffaloes. A lot of free meat there for homeless folks. I got my oldest a legit autograph poster from her favorite music artist for Christmas. Now she wants to meet you for her birthday. It's not dedication. My kids, I don't know what it is. I just wish I had posters made. I would autograph and give them to her. Climbed the dunes one time and smoked a doobie. Thick fog rolled in off Lake Michigan. Couldn't see the lake. It was creepiest. Wow, that's pretty cool. You know, I've never even been to the dunes. I've only been to Lake Michigan like 4 times in my life. But I can see sitting on top. Now, I mean, granted, the doobie part, maybe not so much because I'm not into that. But, you know, I don't down or degrade anyone who is. Each their own. If it makes you happy, ain't going to make me more or less of a friend because you do or don't. But I could see sitting on top of those dunes and watching the fog roll in. I could straight up love that. Music history. 1992 American jazz singer, piano player Harry Connick Jr. is caught with 9mm gun in New York's JFK airport. Harry. $1993 Dow Jones hits record 3,792.93. Oh gosh, no. I remember watching Howdy Doody reruns when I was knee-high to a cricket. Me and my grandma used to sit and watch him. My grandpa would too, if you could actually get him out of the garage or the workshop long enough to do something. But I remember all of us sitting there just laughing our butts off at Howdy Doody. Clarabelle. Go metal detecting there for sure. See, that was one of the things before I got the books that have the maps in them, fishing. That's actually what I wanted to do 3 years ago when the wife was the general manager of the Little Caesars over right there by the lake. I was going to go over there with her like at 5 o'clock in the morning and just have her drop me off at the lake. And I was going to spend the whole day metal detecting the beaches. And because that area right there by between South Haven and the southern tip of the triangle was the whole shipwreck area. And they've actually found pieces of the old sailing vessels washed up on the shore. So was just here a couple years ago, a little further north, a little bit north of Holland, Michigan. They found almost the whole belly skeleton of one of the old ships that was covered by the sand, and like once a year for a week or week and a half, the winds shift and uncover parts of the skeleton. And within a week and a half, it's covered back up by the sands of Michigan again. So There's documented proof of French and English and Dutch shipwrecks all along this east side of Lake Michigan. Morning, Sheriff. Good to see you, bud. Ah, okay. That's all, folks. All right, Rusty. Thank you for a good today in history. There's pretty interesting stuff in there. Uh, real interesting stuff, as a matter of fact. Rusty, my historian morning. Rusty always finds the good today in history stuff to talk about. He don't talk about that boring stuff. He brings up the interesting thing. Oh my goodness gracious. What a weekend. What a weekend. I am so glad it's over with. I actually sat down Saturday when they were when Mike and Steph was finishing up dinner and everything. I started taking all the Christmas stuff down and trying to figure out how I was going to set up the backdrop for post Christmas. And by noon yesterday, had everything set up, and then I sat down and done that video because I already had everything um, downloaded on my phone to do the video. But I figured, okay, I'll wait till Sunday evening. And about by noon, I was done yesterday with the backdrop and everything. And it's like, huh, I'll be darned. Now what am I going to do? Time to get the video up. Get back on that Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule. At least as good as as the best I can. I put out that video on the only officer executed in the Civil War. Oh, did you? Cool. I'll have to check that out. He wasn't by any chance in Custer's unit, was he? Because well, Custer was notorious for ordering anyone who deserted be brought back and shot. So, regardless of the reason. Oh, he was a Confederate. Okay. Yep, I'll have to check that out when the live stream's over with. After I get done talking to Tyler about what's gurgling around in his head. So, matter of fact, Sheriff Buford video, capital letters, watch. NAACP President Jackie Robinson with his prestigious Spring Medal for his outstanding contributions on and off the field on December 27th. 1956. Well, that's cool. This is like commander of concentration camp in World War II. Hmm. Well, very interesting. Definitely, guys, if you get a chance, check out that video um, that I put up yesterday on the Darling Cemetery in Little Falls, Minnesota. That was it's an unsolved murder mystery from 1905. Um, the paranormal group that done the history on the place and done the investigation of the cemetery actually picked up some pretty cool things. And it would seem that the young woman who was murdered uh, is still to this day trying to explain exactly what happened to her. Lurking. Morning, dog. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Had a great uncle that died at Andersonville. A lot of men died at Andersonville. A lot of men died at Andersonville. Very, very sad place. That is definitely one location on my bucket list that I would like to go to and actually film live on location. Pretty much, it was a concentration camp for POWs. No better way to put it. No better way to put it. And we actually had, well, they didn't call it a concentration camp. They called it a re-education camp right here in the state of Michigan, up by Allegan, Michigan, during World War II. There were several hundred German soldiers there, and sadly enough, there's nothing left of the place except the open field now. But there were several German POWs right here in the state of Michigan. Went and had Chinese for dinner, Christmas, almost got the duck. It was only $100. If I was ever able to treat my wife to $100 meal, I think she'd probably have a stroke. I did tell her though that one of these days I would love to do the a Christmas story, Christmas dinner, and have the duck with the head on the platter. Take that beautiful 150-year-old meat chopper that I got her for Christmas last year, and lop the head off of it right there on the table. Deck the horse with spars of holly, rah 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 rah. During World War I, there was a German prisoner of war in Chickamauga, Georgia, next to the battlefield. Concentration camp term came from South Africa during the Boer War. Yeah, I didn't know there was a prisoner of war camp down at Chickamauga. Very interesting. I would almost have to do some research into our POW camp here in Michigan, to find out what the policy was on uh, the uniforms and the insignias and things like that. Some POW camps, when prisoners of war would arrive at them, they would strip them down, put them in camp clothing, and burn their uniforms. Other places would keep them in their uniforms during their stay. If that's the case here in the state of Michigan, then that would open it up to um, not only World War II American items being found there, but also World War II German items being found there. Buttons, um, hat pins, buckles, anything like that. So I would actually have to look into the history of the camp here. That also might be a place worth detecting. Oh, forgot to tell you guys, um, the newest the newest information on uh, people trying to hide history. When I put that video up yesterday, I always put the video up, then I go over to my studio and I put the thumbnail on it. I always fill in the information on the video, the keywords and stuff like that, and then I share the video out to multiple appropriate pages on Facebook, since that's the only other social media outlet that I have, besides Instagram. But I have several paranormal pages. I have several history pages on Facebook that I share the videos out at. I went to share this video out yesterday, and I got probably 10 or 12. I got it shared on about 10 or 12 different pages. And all of a sudden I had this beautiful little sign pop up on my phone stating that my ability to share on Facebook has been temporarily postponed due to reports that I have uploaded videos that are abusive in nature. Have you guys ever seen an abusive video come out of my studio? I told the wife last night, and her mouth just fell open. She's like, abusive how? I'm like, I don't know. I put paranormal videos on paranormal channels. I put history videos on history channels. But somebody has reported to Facebook that I post abusive videos. Well, see, Fishing, the only reason that I use Facebook is because with the 35 pages that I can share videos to, I always get several more views and shares and everything by doing the Facebook thing. If I just strictly upload it to YouTube and don't share it out, then I get 20, 25, maybe 30 views. I do it on Facebook on those 35 pages, I can get 100, 110. Well, if you guys remember last year, earlier this year, I done that soiled dove video. That was like, God, 92,000 views or something like that. But it was a demonetized video because it showed a boobie. So do what now? That's freaking crazy. That was last draw. Hey, Chris. Good morning, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. It's that I don't have, never did have Facebook. So now they're shut down for long periods of time. Yep, they sure have. Good morning, Sonny. Good to see you. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, dear. You get pennies, Zuckerberg makes billions. Yeah, really? Yeah, if they wouldn't have blocked me from sharing out the video on all the channels that, or all the pages I normally share it on, we'd probably have 60 or 70 views by now on it. But I think it's at 30 because it blocked me because apparently I upload videos that are abusive in nature. I sent them a nasty response to that. I sent Facebook a nasty response to that. I said, does anybody there ever watch or check out these reports, or do you just go by what the person reporting says and block people? I said, I've uploaded 150 videos this year on Facebook, and not once has any of them ever been abusive in nature. It's about time, Chris. It's about time that you get get your channel monetized. The law clearly states that individuals presumed guilty until proven innocent. Exactly. Exactly. All the barbecue videos on Facebook are abuse to animals. Yep. I need to look in to other platforms to share the videos out on. Facebook has gotten so squirrely uh, um, here lately that half the time you don't even get your videos shared out. You'll share them out to certain pages, and just all of a sudden, your video's nowhere to be found. Well, Drew, I got 24 hours Christmas Day for reposting a Facebook Marketplace ad on Facebook. It dealt with erectile dysfunction. It was appropriate for Facebook. They timed me out. Ouch. Oh, I've done that. Um, early in 2021, I found a little meme on Facebook that the wife and I thought was hilarious. So I shared it on my Facebook, and I got blocked for 24 hours for inappropriate material. And I sent him a message. I said, this thing was posted 4 years ago on Facebook. The date's right there, July 2016, and you've done nothing about it. But I share it on my news feed, and I get blocked for 24 hours. Huh? Can somebody please explain that one? Christmas this year, my siblings have had viruses. Oh man, I'm sorry, Sonny. That's terrible. Stuff I posted in 2012. My brother tested positive. He's had all his shots. Go figure. Yep, they've been saying that the new Omicron variant, the shots don't affect it. Uh, the news out of Detroit last week posted that hospitalizations were up 88% from the week of Thanksgiving, and 45% of that 88% was people that are vaccinated. So, yeah, I mean, they've been taking private rooms and converting them into intensive care to get people, find bedding for everybody. It's terrible. The shots are not, and they've actually got videos on YouTube. Some of the different news agencies talking to doctors and stuff, and doctors are dumbfounded. Um, Flights were shut down this Christmas and stuff because of it. People, same thing people got into last year. It was terrible. Um, Violating community standards. They don't have standards. All they have is cry. Yeah, exactly, dog. You're right about that. Instagram's doing the same thing with videos I posted over a year ago saying due to copyright, my videos being blocked. I was like, wow, waited for over a year to start doing that. Well, and you see, what gets me about Instagram is they have these community standards that they don't want you posting certain things. But if you go on there and actually start looking, there's nudity, there's transparent clothing, there's sexual innuendo, there's all kinds of stuff. I actually seen a picture on Instagram just a few months ago that was showing full insertion. And it's like, wait, what's your community standards? I don't understand what your standards are. YouTube, Facebook are getting even with me for bashing them, probably. Who knows? Does this look like the I think my give a shit done got up and left. Contractor that my sister had at family Christmas. We have about 35 people. Well, I'm really kind of glad you didn't too, honey. I really honestly am. I'd hate to see you, especially with the diabetes and stuff and the trouble that you have keeping the sugar leveled out and everything. I would really hate to have seen you contract that. They might scoff at you a little bit for trying to come in here and watch the live streams from your hospital bed. Yep. And see, you have doctors all over the country that are bickering back and forth to each other about that. Some of them say it does help. Some of them say it don't help at all. So who knows? Who knows? I know they're doing something now with the military vaccine, the military vaccination. They're saying it's showing the best results, but I don't know which one they're using or who created it or what the details are on it. It was some of my TikTok videos. Way to force them to control us. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stay away from the Kool-Aid. Yep, most definitely. When there's a risk like that, I don't want to see anybody. And I know we are tired of sitting around the house. We are tired of not getting out in our groups and our families and stuff like that. But better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Don't risk your health. You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. She didn't have the jab and wasn't sick. Not long. My other sister got it and had vaccine and was sick for weeks. Good morning, Noodles. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. How's New York? How's Queens, New York looking this morning? You guys got any snow on the ground over there? Spent 2 weeks at home last year. Drew, take this shot. You can't do YouTube anymore. I'll go without the shot. If I couldn't do this, I'd probably lose my flipping mind. It's cold and gray, no snow. Sounds like Michigan. It's been raining since yesterday late afternoon. It got down to 33 degrees, 1 degree above freezing. Rain. We even had thunder and lightning this morning. It was raining so hard. Sounded like the wind was blowing, but when you look outside, the tree limbs weren't moving at all, but the rain was coming down like crazy. I had to go out and start the car for the wife this morning at about 20 after 6, and I threw on my greatcoat, my wool greatcoat, and went out there, and that stuff was coming down so hard you could feel it through that wool Confederate coat. Snow again last night and this morning. Well, you're lucky. It was supposed to snow here yesterday, and it never dropped to freezing. The rain was coming down so hard it wasn't turning to snow in the atmosphere. It was just coming down as a deluge. My church has had several members get COVID. 2 were long-term stays in the hospital. I have consistently been up close to every one of them. I don't believe that I can get it. Wow. You're lucky. You're very lucky. 71 for a high there. I think we're supposed to get 37 or 38 today. And that's as high as we're getting. It's 35 degrees right now. Just tested positive on the 14th. First time for me. My brother has AIDS. If he gets COVID, he'll be in danger of losing his life. Anything that compromises your immune system, AIDS, HIV, diabetes, kidney disease, emphysema, COPD, and anything that compromises your immune system sets you in a higher bracket to contracting and really being affected harshly by it. That's why I've tried to keep my nose clean and stay away from people with the diabetes and the emphysema. That would automatically stick me up there in that higher bracket. I don't want to be in the hospital. I can't live stream from a hospital. I can't make videos in the hospital, especially with that respirator and all that. I really slept in this morning. So meds today. This rainy, yucky crap's got me hurting too, Sonny. So don't feel like you're alone. I was taking painkillers. I was taking painkillers like crazy last night. My knees and ankles were hurting. I had a half-formed Charlie horse in my left calf muscle. Don't even know where that came from. I was just walking through the house last night, and all of a sudden I got this Charlie horse in my left calf muscle, and it tightened up. And I was taking muscle relaxers and painkillers and all kinds of stuff. Then when I found a comfortable spot to lay in, that's when my knees and everything started hurting. So there I was, popping painkillers again, trying to get myself to where I could actually walk this morning without, oh, ow, oh. You sound just like my brother. Hey, I watch this stuff really close. Anything that could possibly immobilize me or keep me from being able to maintain my normal daily functions, I'm going to study it. I'm going to listen to everything the experts say, and not just one or two experts. I'm going to listen to what all of them have to say. Then I'm going to form my own opinion on it. Who's blowing smoke, or who's telling the truth, and who's blowing smoke up your butt. military safety watch. Get sick, person, even cold. I see one next to you and two behind you. That's all I have. I have the two 44s and I have the 32. Hopefully Tommy ain't hearing this. If he was here, he'd be talking right now. My wife does hair and nails here at home. I know 3 women who knew that they were infected come for their service and then call a day later and tell her. Go figure. A lot of stuff is good if you use the natural healing stuff. Yeah, I take the multivitamin that I take is all natural, and it does pretty good. It does better than that artificial crap. As long as I remember to take it every day. Sometimes I get so busy I completely forget to take the stuff. There's the things. It's like the most not having for 2 weeks. Yeah, I know there's going to be some more issues. Um, I think in the upcoming months, the federal government is already talking about putting restrictions back in place again. Um, Face masks, closing places down. I seen something last week where they're talking about when the kids go back to school after New Year's, doing remote learning again instead of putting them back into the public school system. Uh, their government's actually talking about making remote learning mandatory again if this thing continues to get bad again. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? They can talk till they're blue in the face, but that don't mean that the powers that be are going to side with them. So who knows? Let me see here. The 2 pistols behind you that remind me of Wild Bill. Yeah, I'm actually I want to get the white polymer simulated bone handles for those two 44s. Um, I think they're like 50 or $75 a piece or something like that for each of the 44s. But I want to get the simulated white, the polymer bone handles for those two 44s so they match up. I've been up since 3:15, hurting so bad. Uncle Arthur. I know that feeling, dog. I know that feeling. Uncle Arthur loves my knees, loves my my left ankle and my left hip. Might do it. Who knows? Who knows? They can't really control you if you're free. That is true enough. That is true enough. We have cases like that here, unfortunately. I don't know if we feel better soon. I know one of I know of one case they call the cops Huh. Seems like people are going to jail. Sadly enough, we've had sirens rolling up here every day for the last probably 3 or 4 days, and it's all over stupid stuff. Um, but yeah, it was just midday Friday, I think. We had two city cars and three county cars shoot down our road just 150 feet to the east, heading back that way. And then what was it? Last Thursday we had the fire back over here where that I told you guys about Friday that melted the side of my wife and her son's friend's house over here. Uh, People doing dumb stuff. So much half of them replaced. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I've got an appointment with my doctor, I think the 15th, 12th. And we got to discuss x-rays to look at deterioration and stuff in my knees to find out what's going on. I don't think I want to have my knees replaced. I like wearing shorts. I seen what they done to my mother-in-law's legs. She looks like she's got two bajayjays on her kneecaps. Everything closed here. Barber shop that was working at closed doors. I may be bad fishing, but I am serious with a heart attack, man. Her kneecaps look absolutely terrible. I mean, if you've ever seen a knee replacement, once they get everything opened up and they start cutting away and putting plates in and putting this joint in and doing this and doing that, it's amazing that they can even make it look that good. It's absolutely terrible. Um, I was blown away the first time I actually watched a documentary on medical replacing. But yeah, um, they go in there like gangbusters and put everything together. But yeah, my mother-in-law's got these distinct lines that go right down the center of her kneecap that are just, I mean, it looks like that from a side view where it didn't scar it properly. Then she's just got all these dots that go down both sides of it where they had to um, staple everything closed. It it looks terrible. I don't I don't want to do that. Just have to have a good surgeon. Well, believe you me, I'm not going to be looking in the discount section for a good surgeon. That's for sure. my doctor decides he wants to have knee replacement surgery done, I'm going to ask him for 4 or 5 recommendations, because I want to figure out who the best guy is going to be for the job. But you know, in all actuality, um, the work, it may look shoddy, but she's happy she can walk again. Um, she's happy that she's not in pain all the time, and that she can actually get up, get around, and move. Take her little puppy for a walk. Um, get on the floor and play with her and stuff. So I figure if it gives you the mobility to do the things that you love again, pain free, just don't wear shorts. Just don't wear shorts. I mean, you know, Iron Dog, he's got sexy legs. So I can understand why he would like to wear shorts. Not to mention, you know, he and his wife do the hot dog vending thing at carnivals and fairs and stuff like that. So he has to look good. He has to look good. He's out there in the general public doing his thing. Son daughter had scope surgery on her knees. Doctor Lions football team in Saginaw. Oh wow. Hmm. Interesting. My boss is 87 and he moves as if was 40 or something. Very cool. Well, and you know the way I figure it, I'm 53 years old. I've never had anything taken out of my body. So never had any spare parts they had to get rid of or anything like that. So I and it's my own fault for the problems I have with my knees, my ankles. You know, all those years of climbing up ladders, carrying, you know, 2 bundles of shingles on my shoulder. Um, Especially when I started to gain weight when I was younger. You know, your joints, your knees, your ankles, your hips, they're only made to carry so much weight. And when you already are 30 or 40 pounds overweight, and then you throw another 150 pounds on your shoulder and go up and down, you know, 20, 30 foot of ladder, um, you're bound to damage some stuff. You're bound to damage some stuff. And I mean, that's all there is to it. My dad is 89 years old. He still cuts his own bonfire wood. Nothing like a doctor that works in sports clubs. Very true. Very true. Yep. Those doctors that work for those sporting organizations like that, they know how to perform a surgery and how to perform a surgery correctly. So they can get those athletes back out that thing, making money and stuff. So my mechanic for my truck just had his knees replaced. And he said it was the best thing to happen. Wow. And I'm not going to scoff or whine about it. If the doctor tells me it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Plain and simple. I'm going to look kind of funny sitting here, with my legs stretched out, turned this way, with my little legs propped up and stuff like that. But it's a short healing process, and we'll get through it. Besides, I think I got a pretty good profile. They have the best know-how. There in Portugal is the same. They're top of the list. Constantly. Some people love to have surgery. Oh, I know. I know it. Some people, my God, they live to have their next surgery. Oh God, it's 19 minutes till 10 already. Jeez, you criminy. Where'd the morning go? The video that I'm working on for tomorrow, guys, is I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on it, but it has to do with the Superstition Mountains out in Arizona. It has to do with a certain individual that done some treasure seeking out in the superstitions. So that's going to be real interesting. I was looking into it this morning, and it looks like it's going to be a good story. Good morning, Black Dragon. Hope you had a good Christmas, my friend. Good to see you. And of course, I will be back on here tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We call him the Faker. My son went to military boot camp. The doctor doing a health inspector was the father-in-law of the doctor that my son had for his surgery. Oh, wow. That's very cool. Good to see you too, Dragon. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, wanted to let you guys know too. There may be a video on Thursday. It may wait till Friday. It just depends. The wife is actually talking about having our first date day in over a year. Probably a year and a half, no, I'd say probably about a year and 3 months. She's actually talking about going off. mid-morning, and just spending the whole day away, having dinner together and stuff. It all just depends on the finances and what we can do with Christmas just being over with and everything. But since she has no clue what the rest or what the first few weeks of January is going to be like, um, we'll just have to wait and see. But because of COVID last year and everything and the money we just spent on Christmas, again, thank you to all of you for helping out with Christmas with the donations from the 8-hour stream and stuff the other day. But we're just going to have to go through and count dollars and cents and see what we can do. But I think it would be detrimental to the happiness of my wife if we actually had that first date day together in a year, over a year. So we'll just see. But there will still be 3 videos this week. So knocked the one out yesterday. I'll have one out tomorrow, and the other will either be out on Thursday or Friday. It just depends. Yeah, a lot of people said they didn't get notifications for it, Sonny. And I don't understand because I actually set it up 2 days in advance. I set up the morning stream, and I set the evening stream up on the same day. And people got the morning stream notification, but didn't see the one for the wait a second. No, this was Wednesday. Wednesday was the 8-hour, 8-hour, I think. Yeah, Wednesday was the 8-hour because I went from 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday till 7 o'clock in the evening. And then Friday was the normal streams. That's what it was. Well, Marco, I don't know. I can't remember for sure if you was with the channel on New Year's 2021, but I actually done a 24-hour live stream on New Year's Eve 2021. Well, the last day of December 2020. But yeah, I actually done a 24-hour stream. I paid for it for 2 days afterwards, and I was actually up for 36 hours straight. But it was fun. It was fun. I'm not going to lie about it. I enjoyed seeing everybody and having so many large YouTubers come in and wish me luck, and everybody doing the Happy New Year's thing. I won't do another 24-hour unless I absolutely positively have to. I mean, that really kicked my butt. Like I said, I was up for a day and a half, basically, from the time I got out of bed till the time I was able to get back in bed. And I didn't feel right for 2 days after that. So I think if I'm going to do another big stream like that again, I may do a 16-hour, do 2 8-hour live streams back to back. Who knows? Who knows? I know I'm going to do another long stream New Year's Eve again this year. because the wife has to work New Year's Day anyway, so we won't be sitting up together watching the ball drop. But so I'll be doing another one this coming weekend for New Year's Eve. Yeah, YouTube does. They screw up on a lot of notifications. Sheriff Buford, I don't know if he's still here or not, but he was in here earlier and mentioned that he had released a video that he knew I was interested in. I never got notification for it. Santee, I've been subscribed to Santee since I took him under as my mentor over a year ago. And I didn't get his notification for Saturday's video. I had to look for it. I was sitting here, matter of fact, I was sitting here early yesterday morning, and it's like, man, you know, I didn't see Santee's video pop up on my suggested videos. I didn't see Spinning and Winning Slots with Blaine's Saturday video pop up. I had to go looking for them. So yeah, YouTube's really dropping the ball on notifications. And this has been going on since January 2021. So yeah, it is a lot. Yeah. Hey, Terry. Good to see you this morning, dear. Hope you had a good Christmas with Mom. When we were monetized before, you know, and I have 30, 40 people show up on and off for the long live stream, that just helped me with my paycheck on the 21st of the next month. But now, much like, you know, 2 years ago when I did the long live stream, that just helps with my view time and possible hours, watch hours and stuff like that, getting me built back up to where I can possibly get monetized again. So I got to do as many of those long streams as I can to get the view time, to get new subscribers in, to get the watch hours, to get us built back up there. Get the videos shared out. That's the key. That's the key to growth on the platform, is getting the videos shared out, making sure they're shared out to people that are going to share them out, and you know, just keep things rolling. That's how a channel grows. But yeah, now that's my main thing, is getting the watch hours, getting the view time, and getting the donations rolling, because that's my only income now. But the faster we get the channel built back up, the faster we can get monetized, hopefully, again, and get this thing to blowing up. And besides that, I don't sit here the whole time. I don't sit here the entire time. I get up, I move around, I go make sure Grandma ain't set the trash can on fire again or falling down in the kitchen. Make sure my daughter's not running around, you know, in a t-shirt, underwear, wrapped up in a blanket in case somebody shows up at the door. Make sure the cats haven't figured out how to open the refrigerator and are sitting in there eating the ham. Hey, Rob. Sharing is caring. Yes, it is. Sharing is caring. Drew or somebody else. Different, make 10 hours or so, making the rest of time. Well, see, I'm still real foggy about it, and I think a lot of people are foggy about it. Um, YouTube only counts 8 hours. So if you do a 16-hour live stream, they only count 8 hours of that. But if you end it at 7 hours, 59 minutes, and 55 seconds, and then you start a second one right up, then you've got 2 8-hour videos right there. So they count both of them. You get the whole 16 hours counted in. So even just doing 10 hours, you got to do an 8 hour and a 2 hour. And yeah, and I did bring up people on my panel. I basically did an open mic thing. I had people come up. You guys will remember, right? That's the very first time we had a tallywhacker on the panel. That one ended really quick. It didn't have much to say anyway. It just sat there and acted like a dick. So yeah, we ousted him real quick. Hey Rob, I was talking to Bat Rican yesterday just a little bit. Told him we had to figure out some time here in the spring or summer when him and Sean could come over, and him and Sean went out and found ourselves a really cool place to investigate together. And he agreed. Sadly, we hadn't had a chance to do it before, but by God, I'm trying to juggle up some cool stuff for this summer. Besides that, friends shouldn't be apart that long. And it's been too long since you and I have had time to hang out together. Throwing Bat Rican and Sean Cody in there, just gonna make it even more fun. Yep, just switched over to 9:58. We got us about 2 minutes left. Good morning, Richie. Hope you're doing good this morning, my friend. Hope you had a good Christmas, and Santa Claus was kind to you. You guys got any snow over on your side of the lake? Almost 3 o'clock in Portugal. Yeah, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, yeah, 5 hours difference. A lot of people think making a video is easy. There's travel, gas, little expenses to go along. And that adds up. It's not. It really, honestly, isn't. Really, honestly, isn't. We're me and the guys with the Midwest Parahistoric Society. You know, me, Danny, Mark, Tommy Tombstone, his cameraman Joe. We're actually discussing branching out this year if possible, and looking at like Wisconsin, just driving straight north and across the bridge, and doing something up that way. That's part of the Midwest too. That's going to be overnight stays. So much like Rob was just saying, you do that traveling, you got to find a campground or something to camp at. You got to find a motel to possibly stay in overnight. We're talking about doing some videos up in the northern part of Michigan this year, which is going to mean a hotel stay or a campground or something like that. So you just never know. You just never know the little teeny tiny dappers of cash you got to have to do some of these investigations. We're looking at a couple places that want to charge to do investigations. I'm not much for that, but as long as you got a big group of people, it's not that hard. He was good to you. No, no snow here. Sonny's got snow up north, Richie, but we haven't got anything down here. It's rained here for the last 16 hours. This morning we actually had thunder and lightning. It was raining so hard. So I've got to tell you, last Friday night I was winner of the Gizzard Gary Fowl Territory Show. About to send me prizes. Cool. Congratulations, Stephen. Congratulations. But all right, guys, it is that time. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. I'm going to northern Michigan area with Lakeshore Paranormal in a few weeks. We're going to be filming a location in Traverse City. Don't drink the water. But all right, guys, I am going to head out. I am going to start doing a little bit of work on the video for tomorrow and stuff. Again, I will be here tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll do something fun. But that's it for this morning. Until tonight, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. See you on down the road. Y'all have a good Monday.